Hello bookish friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and today we are doing a little bonus video where we are going to clean up and reorganize my reading room. So it wasn't that long ago that I just recently kind of cleaned out and reorganized my reading room, but in just a second I will show you the situation of my reading room. And it is, actually it's not that bad, it's definitely been worse, but it's a little disastrous right now, and I have two big stacks of books on the ground. Also, look at Louie. With the fall season coming up, I just want to feel a little motivated to get a lot of reading done in this room. Because as you know, I live in upstate New York, so once like October-ish, November hits, we can't really spend much time outside because it gets cold. So I need to get this reading room in order so that when I'm stuck inside reading, I'm feeling a little motivated to sit in my reading room and do just that. And I'm trying to decide, I can't decide if I want to like take all the books off, obviously organize them by genre and like put them back on or not. And I can't determine if I want to like switch this up because I have my Sarah J Maas books right here. So I usually keep this as like a fantasy shelf. I can't determine what I want to do. I really can't. I'm thinking my bookshelves that are on the walls, which I'll show you in just a second, I think I'm going to keep those as romance. And then over, you know what, let's just turn you around and show you. Okay. So obviously when you walk in, let me turn the brightness up a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong way. So obviously this is the situation I'm talking about right here. I have two giant stacks of books. That's just garbage. And then I just have like my laptop and my iPad out. Look at this sweet little boy. Like, come on. Anyways, so you walk in and the first shelf I have here is like my favorite shelf ever. And I usually do fantasy, that's fantasy, and YA fantasy. But I kind of want to make this bottom shelf like my book of the month shelf. Maybe I'll swap that out. We have my TBR cart, which this top portion here is my 24 and 24 TBR. Those are just some random thrillers. And then at the bottom, it's books that I've read and love, which I see a couple that I could probably get rid of. And then over here, we have a bunch of, I think they're mostly thrillers, and obviously my book of the month shelf, which maybe we'll just go all the way over with book of the month instead of having them next to each other. I don't know. And then over there, that is my fall TBR, so we're probably just gonna leave those there. And then over here, we have mostly romance on those. So I guess my initial plan is to kind of go through every single book, see if there's any that I can get rid of. I feel like I just did a book unhaul, but clearly that stack of books is not gonna fit on these shelves because we don't have much room to work with, so we're gonna have to figure that part out. And then we're just gonna kind of reorganize. Maybe I'll put the books in the stack to where like they need to go and see how I can get them to finagle. But we're just gonna put you on a time lapse and we're just gonna get started, because if I sit here and talk too much, I'm just never gonna do it and it's not gonna happen. So let's go. No!
Dry? Sorry.
My reading person just broke.
I think that
We could probably glue her back on. just got all the books off the floor. I did get rid of a couple of books that I know I'm just not gonna read, and I'm lying to myself if I say I'm going to. But first I have 4 books here that I'm just gonna put on my shelves that my friends and family can borrow. I have Carrie Soto is Back and Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Hidden Pictures by Jason, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his last name, and then Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Raybould. So these books are not leaving necessarily. They are just going on the shelf that my friends and family can borrow. All right, then I have a couple of books that we're unhauling. First, I have 2 Lucy Score books. One is Things We Never Got Over, which I did read. And honestly, I don't know why I've been keeping it, because I liked it but didn't love it, so like this can go. And then I also have By a Thread by Lucy Score, which I don't know, she's not one of those authors that I like typically go for when it comes to a romance, because they're so long and it's like everything happens at the very end of the book. Gonna get rid of that if I could get this freaking sticker off. Anyways, I'll do that later. I have A Touch of Jen by Beth Morgan. I bought this at a used bookstore. And honestly, I don't really know why. I don't think I'm ever gonna read this. It just seems weird. I have Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, because again, just don't think I'm gonna read it. I have Small Game by Blair Braverman. Again, don't think I'm gonna read it. Heather Fawcett's Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia for Fairies, which this one really hurts because I love this cover, but I don't think this is the type of book for me, and if I do read it, maybe I'll try it on audio. I have Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. I did read this, didn't love it like I liked Legends and Lattes, so she's just gonna go because she doesn't need to be taking up space. And then lastly, I have November 9 by Colleen Hoover, one of my favorite Colleen Hoover books ever. But again, she just doesn't need to be taking up space because I'm probably never gonna reread it or need it ever again, so. Those are all going. All right, let's do a quick overview of the room now, and then we can close out this video. Okay, so now when you walk in this room, there's no more piles of books or garbage. You walk in, it looks so much better. It didn't really look that bad, but here is the regular shelf. So what I did over here, what did I do? I added a couple books down here, not much has changed. Here, I just moved some of the books from here down to here to kind of fit genres more. Stacked those up a little differently. This didn't change much. Over here, again, not much changed. I just got rid of some books from there and stacked some of my graphic novels that I've read behind there. Here is where the most change happened. I added some books up here, and I decided to put my Book of the Month books on one shelf, well, not one shelf, but 2 shelves next to each other. And I decided to color code them by like the little logo at the top so it looked better. So we start at red, go to pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then we go into our neutrals and black. And then at the end I had some extra space, so I put the Thursday Murder Book Club, and there's room for the 4th book in the series, which is actually the 3rd book that I'm reading this month. Not much change down there. And then I did add my extra thrillers that were at that shelf here. And then I do have the Part of the World series together because they have to. Over here I did just add some books that I want to read this fall to my little fall TBR stack, but that's staying as is. And then lastly, these are the romance shelves. Look at that Helen Hart collection I'm gathering. I did buy recently the next 3 books that I need in the series, so I added them with their brothers and sisters. Added 2 books down here, and then I couldn't find a spot for Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver, so I just put her on top of the other yellow orange books because I probably will read that sooner rather than later, but yeah. That is my little bonus video of organizing my reading room and cleaning my reading room. I know it was probably a bit of a shorter one, but I was like, you know what? I need to do this, why not film it? I love watching these kinds of videos, even if they're only like 10 minutes, because it just gives you a little motivation to clean your own space, you know? But I'm definitely feeling a little more motivated to read. I'm actually gonna go grab my current read right now, which is Harry Potter and what is it? Goblet of Fire, sorry. We're on year 4. And get some reading done in here. I have the window open, there's a beautiful breeze. I'm gonna watch some YouTube myself, and we're gonna get to reading. I am gonna have a September reset video coming up here after this video, and then next week I will have my next Harry Potter reading vlog up, so make sure you are subscribed to my channel and you hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a video. And that's all I have for you. Let me know in the comments below how you organize your books. Like, do you do by genre? Do you do by color? Do you do by author? Let me know how you organize your bookshelves. That's all I have for you. I will see you in my next one. Bye.